We're in the Armstrong showroom. We're at Surfaces 2014. This is 2014.
It is.
I'm with Mayor Villanueva-Heras. And talk about this. This is a showroom off the showroom floor. You've been doing this several years. It's been, you can show a lot of product in here. You can accommodate a lot of people. This is obviously better for you guys than to be on the show floor.
Yeah, it works well for us. This really is a buying show and a chance for us to show our new products. And so this gives us the room, the space. Although it's loud in here, it's not nearly as loud as it is on the floor. It gives us time to really, spend time with our customers, understand what they're looking for, make sure they're aware of our show specials and they place their orders. So it's been a good environment for us. We have a meeting room, which is right across the hall. Makes it very convenient to keep all of our salespeople and associates close together and accessible.
Now, the first time we talked, I would say you were new to the floor covering business. You seem like a floor covering person now to me.
I'm trying. I think it takes a long time. I came from other building products, most recently before this cabinetry, which there's some relationship with wood, so I know a little bit about wood. But yeah, a lot of categories and a lot of dynamics, but I'm really enjoying it. A great team, so it's good.
Let me ask you about 2013. We've been hearing lots about growth and housing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, we had a good year. We had an increase in sales. We saw growth both in the builder market as well as some repair remodel. So we were happy, and I think everybody else is too. I think you can really feel the difference this year as people have talked about what happened last year and what they feel is going to continue to happen in 2014. I think we're cautiously optimistic is sort of getting more optimistic than it has been in the past. So, no.
Did you see the growth in areas that you anticipated?
We did. We actually had a really good year in laminate, which we always hope for, but I think due to the success of the new designs and our new launches, and we won some awards, so we were really happy with that. Alterna's done really well. We had a good year in resilient. Wood sales were way up, so again, we were happy to see the growth in sales and the response to our products.
And of course, LVT is a nice product and a growth area for Armstrong.
Absolutely. We had another great year with Alterna of growth, and we showed last year some new products but didn't have them on the floor. So this year they launched mid-year, and now we have the actual samples and the launch of our shapes and sizes, the addition of new sizes and some patterns, or the ability to create pattern with the tiles, and the response has been overwhelming. The sales, I think, really surpassed what our product manager thought they might. So yeah, we're really happy. And then this year, very end of 2013, but really we're showcasing it here. We launched a new LVP, luxury vinyl plank, part of our Luxe line, and we're getting great feedback regarding that product. So we're excited for 2014.
Now, I want you to show us some of the new products, but before I have you show, obviously you guys sit down and decide where new products should be introduced, in what particular segments, and you've got a lot of little cubby holes to fill, really.
Right.
Talk about the decisions you make. You've got look, you've got material, you've got price point, and probably a lot of other installation, I suppose. Talk about the decisions you made this time in terms of the introduction of new products.
Well, I think, floor is a fashion category, and so we're always looking at great design. And in many ways, Alterna, we've really been winning in that category due to the beautiful designs. Our laminate has been a great success due to the addition of new designs. So the style and design of what consumers are looking for, what's trend forward, is always a part for every category. It is, I think, unique for each category. In wood, addition of some new species or new colors is always in demand. We're seeing wider width, so we're going with wider width product, which the consumer prefers. In sheet and luxury vinyl, definitely pattern, as is true in laminate. You have the flexibility to create anything and everything you want, and clearly the trend towards reclaimed looks is big, and it allows us to achieve that in multiple formats, offering the consumer an alternative for something that either can't get or can't afford. And then installation is a big play in luxury vinyl, and we've got a great new installation system which we'll be talking about. And we always look at really what does the consumer care about? What are her pain points? What is she willing to pay more for? And so oftentimes care and maintenance. How easy is it to own? So we're always looking at any technology that makes it either easier to clean or resistant to dirt or wear. Obviously, you think about wood, it may not wear through, but if it can look newer longer, pretty much in every category, that's going to make her happy. So those are the things that we focus on. But decision criteria probably vary by category.
It seems like a lot of consumers, they walk into a floor covering store, they think they know what they want, but they really, once they see what's inside, they make a decision based on that and what the salesperson tells them. It seems like that's awfully iffy. I mean, you have beautiful displays, you show lots of product, but it seems like salespeople sell what they like, what they're comfortable with, and sometimes that's not always the best for any given customer. How do you deal with that?
Well, that's one of our biggest challenges. We sell through distribution. We have great distribution partners who have great Salesforce staff that go out and sort of our voice to our customers. We do everything we can, and you can probably see around our showroom we have a lot of messaging that we've been working on to really help both the salesperson and the retailer location as well as the consumer be able to tell that story, and not just sort of why this category or another, but why Armstrong and why you would want to sell our product versus another. And in addition, we work really hard on our website. We get a lot of traffic, and we take advantage of that opportunity to educate the consumer, provide information so that they can walk in more prepared. Obviously, having a breadth of offering in the store opens up possibilities. I think LVT is one that a few years ago most consumers wouldn't have known anything. We are seeing an increase in search on the computer, on the internet for LVT due to the usage by salespeople of that term. So we see that we know that everybody knows people research online, sometimes before, sometimes after they've been into the retailer, and that's where we try to also leverage.
So then you do your best to have them skewed towards Armstrong and Armstrong products before they walk in the door. They tell me 80-some-odd% of people shop online before they walk into a store.
Right. We're very fortunate that we have very strong brand awareness, first of all, so we're in their consideration set generally, and so can we make them aware of what's available to them? If they haven't shopped for flooring in a long time, they may not know about new categories or the breadth of some of the older categories. And yeah, so we're doing everything we can to make them aware of what we have to offer, getting them to the retailers that can show them the product, explain the product, and then make the sale. So,
All right, can you show us some of these new products? Very good. Here, let me give you this.
okay. So I talked a lot about laminate and how successful our new launch was last year, and we're adding to that collection. We launched a collection called Architectural Remnants that includes looks like this, which is the Woodland Reclaim. It's 9 different species. It's multiple width. You can see lots of color and variation, really taking advantage of that reclaimed look. We launched 2 additional colors this year in this collection. This is an older one, but this would be a new one. There's another one up at the top with more of the gray colors. In addition, we launched in our Rustics Premium line, for those that like the idea of mixed species, mixed width, but maybe this is a little too dramatic, we have a global reclaim, which includes 3 species, and it has a lot of variation in texture. You've got the chatter marks from skip planing. You can at some point see some knots, and so that reclaim look, but in a much softer tone. Very trend forward in terms of color. A lot of that apricot, warm, almost desert Southwest look, which we're seeing in fashion and other areas, so we're expecting this to really do well. We have added some other colors of a reclaimed American chestnut into the collection. And I don't know if you can go up to the very top. On the left, the white was one that we launched last year, and we call it milk paint. It's a wide width, clearly showing use over time, and then it's painted over. Has incredible embossed and register realism in the divots where you see wear. You'll also see the paint that might have been painted over it where it collected, and that has been a top seller for us. So again, we're just adding more color, more of the maybe reclaimed looks. We have a lot of new SKUs in our Rustics Premium and our Architectural Remnants collection, which have done really, really well. We won an award from Interior Design Magazine for hard surface. We were up against some pretty fancy Italian tile and other products. So these are interior designers who've chosen, and we were an honoree in that category, so we were excited by that. And in fact, this week at Surfaces, we won the Innovation Award for this collection for the FCN Best of Surfaces Awards, so we're happy about that. In sheet, we've actually added 44 SKUs into our cushion step line, and that includes a whole new collection of what we're calling Cushion Step Premium, which is a 155 mil product, very thick, as well as, and the majority of the SKUs are in that premium collection as well as the good category. We found that in good, we really just were getting sort of surpassed in terms of adding fresh new designs to that entry price point. So we added a lot of SKUs into good, as well as some SKUs in the better and best. And what I want to point out when I talk about design, our team did a lot of work. They went out with researchers and the design team, went out and wanted to make sure that they had a good geographic mix so that we have designs that will work for each region. So while we have some patterns that we think will sell well across the country, we don't necessarily expect every pattern to sell well in every market. So we do have designs and colors that were specifically chosen to work well in certain geographies. So we've gotten great feedback from the retailers, and we did work with retailers and consumers and customers to work through these designs. You'll see some of the strié, travertines. We've even got some linen looks. There's also a mix of wood. You start to see some patterns, size and shape patterns, some darker tones, but also a lot of the lighter, whiter tones. And so we're really happy with the new colors and the new patterns, and we've gotten great feedback. So we're excited about our new vinyl line. Okay. So we talked about hardwood. We've got a lot of new products in hardwood as well. We're seeing more wide width preference from consumers, so we've added a lot, and we're really focusing on the wider widths. It includes a premium oak, where we have a collection where you can have the same colors in a wide width, in solid, in both a low gloss, a high gloss, and an engineered. So the same colors and same species across sort of three offerings, giving that flexibility to the consumer, both the construction she needs and the gloss and look that she wants. In addition, we've expanded our very successful American Scrape line. We've added 2 new species in our engineered, a walnut and cherry in multiple colors, including a beautiful wash with a nice gray color. And we've also added a half-inch engineered product. We're seeing in some markets there's a desire for that. In some cases in the builder market, when they start talking about wider widths, they're concerned about its performance when they can't control site conditions as well. So this half-inch gives them a little better comfort level with installing a wider width. And we've added some colors to our Bruce Turlington line, which has been asked for a while, and our retailers and customers are really excited about some new colors. So a lot happening in hardwood, and we encourage people to come out and take a look. Also Alterna, I mentioned last year at the show we were showing some new designs and our shapes and sizes, but we didn't have product here. It actually launched later in the year last year. This year we've got it in person. I'm going to go up to the top. You'll see our Athenian travertine on the right. You'll see a lot of the quartz look in the tile. And then on the left top two, you've got what we're calling Allegheny slate. And you'll also notice that these are offered in different shapes and sizes. We started with 16 by 16, added 12 by 12. Now, depending on the color and pattern, we have 8 by 8, 8 by 16, 16 by 16, as well as 12 by 12 and 12 by 24, which is letting people achieve some of the patterns like Opus and others, a staggered rectangular look, which is really popular with the Alterna product. And even our product manager expressed that he was pleasantly surprised with how well shapes and sizes were selling. And we're seeing a lot of receptivity to these patterns, even using 8 by 16s as a chevron or a basket weave kind of look. And then also we're just showing some of our other collection in Alterna. Great seller, lots of interest. And finally, I'm going to touch on our luxury vinyl plank, which we call Lux Plank. And this year we're launching at the show a completely new installation technology, which we're calling Fast Tack. And it's tack, meaning it has a little bit of tackiness to it, but you won't see adhesive transfer. The strip drops down, the plank drops to the floor. There is no locking, there is no overlap, shiplap, any of that. It can go over, most subfloors can go over vinyl. and it's very easy to install, very easy to repair. And that tackiness gives you that confidence level that you're not going to see the slip. We've tested it to 160 degrees. I know there were some issues in this category in direct sunlight. We've seen no buckling, no cupping, no problems there. We also installed it, and they ran tow motors over it, and we saw no movement. So this product is now 7-year light commercial, 30-year residential warranty. Lots of looks. We have both planks and some tile formats, 12 by 24 and an 18 by 18. And all of these visuals in these 2 rows are the Luxe plank with fast tack. Again, we've got everything from scrape, skip plane, hardwood, washed, wire brushed, and tile visuals. So we've gotten great receptivity to that as well. A lot of interest in this new installation technology. Okay, so we talked about our new Luxe plank with fast tack, and Tony here is going to demonstrate how it works and how it installs. It's very quick and easy. It is a tacky back, but not a strong adhesive. So you've got a sort of floating, quick install floor, but it has that security of adhering. You can see he just lines it up. There's no locking. There's no shiplap. Watching your joints. And then you can either, most professional installers would like to roll it, perhaps with a 100-pound roller, but you can also walk it, just to make sure you get contact all the way down across the tacky strip. The other beautiful thing about this is the ease of repair. Let's say this particular board is damaged where he's working. It's not really an adhesive paper backing, it's just keeping the 2 planks sticking together. You get a new strip. The strips, it's not really an adhesive paper backing, it's just keeping the 2 planks from sticking together. He simply puts it in place, presses down. Again, you could roll it or walk on it, and it's about 20 seconds. It's that easy to repair and replace. And I don't know if you want to show it, but once a piece is down, you can see he had to use a tool. It's not just going to pop right up. I mean, once it's been pressed down in place, you have to use a little effort to get it up, so it's got a little bit of grip. But again, none of that adhesive is going to transfer to the subfloor, to your hands. Just really easy to install, great looking product, great visuals. And I think it's really that new, simple installation, but the added security, knowing that it's not going to move. I think we mentioned we tested it to 160 degrees, simulating direct sunlight. We saw no buckling, no cupping. We also, they installed some and ran some tow motors over it to see if you'd see shift over time, but the grip held true and it stayed in place.